it's me again. Hello guys, it's me again. And did I say again? No, it's not, because this is literally my first video on the internet. Not on the internet, on YouTube. It's another year, and it's that time of the year where people begin to make New Year resolutions, New Year goals. I don't think the New Year resolutions do not make any sense, because for real, how many people get past the first month with those resolutions? But anyways, moving forward, I do think that the first period of the year allows each and every one of us the opportunity to start life afresh. And it promises us a whole lot of things, because 364 days is a very long time to make enough impact. And that brings me to the topic of today. Today I'm going to be talking about how to start life afresh. What does starting life afresh mean? It literally means overhauling every other thing that's happened in the past and starting again. This time around, it comes with new rules, new regulations, new structures, new goals, and every other thing in between. And literally, that's the beautiful thing about life, if I might say, because it gives you that ability and the opportunity to always make changes for as much time as you would want to. And that tells me that, okay, you know that thing where we all say when there's life in school. That's what it means, literally, because you can just start your life afresh. You can get a new job, you can get admission, you can start a new school, you can get into a new relationship. You just decide, or it's determined by whatever it is that is priority for you at every point in time. And it brings me to what I would like to say. How do you want to start life afresh? If you want to start a life afresh, how do you want to do it? How do you navigate the struggles of starting your life afresh? And for me, I'm someone who believes in some sort of structure or systems. And for these systems to happen, you have to set things that I would like to call goals. And literally, goals are things or their visions or desired results that you expect to see over a period of time. And a lot of people have goals, a lot of people have long-term goals, a lot of people have short-term goals. And I'm sorry if my eyes seem to be dirty here and there, but you know, we're just starting, so it's normal for us to make this kind of breaking mistakes. Oh, do I know the reason why it's happening? It's all good and fine. Back to the video. As I was saying, long-term and short-term goals, and for me, what decides how your goal is going to be is determined by the kind of change you want to see. So when you say you're starting your life afresh, there has to be some things you would want to change. For instance, let's say I weigh 150 kg. I don't weigh up to that, but I still want to watch my weight though. And then I say I want to start afresh health-wise. It would entail that I lose at least 60 to 70 kg of weight. And you would agree with me that that is a lot of work. So how do I do this? How do I set a goal that is going to help me achieve this? And mind you, if I'm saying I'm going to lose 70 kg, it's vague. It's very vague, because 70 kg, how? Where? Besides, you cannot even lose beyond 3.5 kg a week. That is like the healthy weight limit, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, and then that's like 2 kg every month. So if I'm losing 2 kg every month, it means that in 12 months I should have lost, say, 24 kg weight. So you see, I'm not anywhere close to my 70 kg weight loss. But then a lot of people will tell you that they want to lose weight, they want to lose 70 kg in 1 year. Guy, how do you want to do it? Are you a magician? Who's your daddy? I know God is a miracle working God, but when you were gaining those fats, he was not there. And I'm not trying to be fatphobic here, before some of you come and drag my neck. Not like I care though, but you know, for the sake of decency, I'd like to say I care. Now, when it comes to goals, you have to learn how to set very, very realistic goals. Like realistic goals. Like I said, you cannot say you want to lose 70 kg and you want to lose it in 1 year. It is next to impossible. You didn't get no those weights in like a year. So why do you expect that you're going to lose those weights in a year or less than a year? That's an unrealistic goal. So for you to be able to set realistic goals, there are a whole lot of factors you have to factor in, and then there are reasons you should be setting realistic goals. One of those reasons is because you need to be able to set goals that you can achieve. Because sometimes we set goals and then along the line it becomes so daunting that we cannot be able to achieve those goals. And it just doesn't make any sense. And along the line, you just dump it. That's why a whole lot of times our New Year resolutions do not even get past week 1 or week 2, because week 1 everybody wants to go to church every day, everybody wants to read their Bible every day, everybody wants to make 1 million naira per month, and you don't even have systems. I cannot overemphasize the reason why you should have systems whenever you're doing all of these things. Because at the end of the day, when you set realistic goals for yourself, the primary aim for you is just for you to be able to achieve those goals. And beyond achieving those goals, it tells you what to focus on and what not to focus on. You understand? And that is the beauty of streamlining your goals, being able to set these goals that are very, very realistic for you to set them. And then it also gives you motivation and the focus you need to be able to achieve your goals. But then when your goals are not really, really streamlined, or when they're not so realistic, it becomes a very, very serious, for lack of a better word, it becomes like a Herculean task for you to achieve these goals. Because how? Because you have a lot of things. Why do you have 75 goals to meet this year? Why? That's why you end up at the end of the year, you realize that you've only met up to 10 goals. And that's because you're having too much goals to meet. How much time do you even have? Have you factored in the structure it's going to take you to achieve those goals? Have you factored in the time it's going to take you? Have you factored in the resources that are at your disposal? These are things you would have to check to know if really you can achieve these goals in a particular set time. So you need to be able to set realistic goals. In subsequent videos, I'm going to teach you guys how to set goals that you can achieve, goals that are attainable, and goals that are timely. But that's going to be in another video, and make sure that you come back to this channel to watch this other video, because see, the goodies that I have for you guys is out of this world. Like literally, it is out of this world. So just stay hooked, stay tuned, and you're going to set. And whilst we try to start afresh, whilst we try to set these goals, while we try to set very realistic goals, it is very, very important that we learn how to stay committed to the goals that we have. And being committed to the goals that we have, it creates this sense of responsibility in us, that we know that, okay, this goal that I've set, I need to achieve it, come what may. And that is what is the whole essence. Because if you're not committed to the goals that you want to set, you're not going to achieve them. Like from January to December, you're not going to achieve shit because you've not been committed at any particular point in time. But the problem is, a whole lot of times we set goals and we're like, this year I want to read 75 books, and deep down you know you've not even read, in the last 5 years you've not read up to 10 books in total. I'm sorry, but 75 books is going to be like an impossible task for you to carry out, literally. And it just tells you that a whole lot of times we just set goals and we wonder why these goals do not come into fruition, why it fails. And it's just basically because we did not take our time, we did not take out time to consciously sit down and write down these goals to see what is realistic, what is attainable, and what is not realistic. I'm sorry. Yes, we set goals to be able to achieve things that we want to achieve and all of that, but it's not enough for you to be unrealistic. You need to be very realistic as at what point you're at that particular point in time, where you're going to, where you're heading to, and where you're coming from. You need to factor in all of these things when you're setting a goal. And it's highly, highly, highly important that you're committed to whatever goal it is that you set. Because if you're not committed to the goal, if you don't have the wherewithal to move on with your goals, it literally means that at the end of the day, you're not going to have anything to show for it. And then it's just going to be one of those failed goals that you had. I cannot begin to count how many times I have failed goals. And another thing is excuses. We need to learn how to let go of excuses when it comes to achieving our goals. A whole lot of times we're like, I don't have this, I don't have this, I don't have this. That's why I've not been able to achieve these goals. And it's funny because a lot of times the things we make excuses for, or the things we say we don't have that is making us not to be able to achieve our goals, are things that are very, very negligible. They are things that we can start without them. For instance, I'm going to give you a very personal story. Now, I wanted to start a YouTube channel, say 3, 4, 5, 6 years back, and I did not, for reasons best known to me. But then it was just behind, oh, I didn't have a good phone, I didn't have a good camera, I did not have the background, the fancy aesthetic background, I did not have all of that. And 6 years down, I still don't have a YouTube channel. I just started now. Imagine if I had started at that point in time. Do you know how far I would have come at this particular point in time of my life? Do you know the amount of progress that I've made? See, and it was because of it that I just said, at the end of the day, something has to clean, man. Do you understand? And so I must not wait to have everything before I start. And that's why I'm starting this YouTube channel today. If you can notice, I'm not even wearing makeup because, guy, I just said I must do it today and I must upload this video today. Anything else happen should happen. We'll make corrections on the way, obviously, but then there is also a sense of urgency you need to have when it comes to achieving your goals, because the longer you sit down to ponder on them, waiting for it to be perfect, you might end up not being able to achieve anything whatsoever. And it is funny. I just say it's very, very funny because it's like, why are you going through all this stress trying to set all these goals when at the end of the day you know that you're not going to be committed to it? Like, Koluweg, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know about you, but it really does not make any sense. But then, one other thing I forgot to mention in this video, I do understand that this video might just be a little bit all over the place, but don't worry, with time we'll fix all of that. Is the fact that for a lot of us, we lack commitment, and because we lack commitment, it brings me to something that is highly, highly important, and that is the place of accountability partners. Do you have an accountability partner? Do you have someone that at the end of the day you can say, okay, this is my plan, this is my goal, can you help me be accountable? Can you make sure that at the end of the day I achieve these goals? Can you set checks and balances for me to be able to navigate through, to be able to achieve these goals that I have? For instance, I said I was going to start a YouTube channel, so I met a friend of mine. I'm like, guy, I want to start a YouTube channel, and he was like, are you serious? Are you sure? What do you want me to do for you? And I'm like, I want you to hold me accountable. I don't want to start and then stop. Do you get it? So at the back of my head, I know he's going to ask me, did you shoot the YouTube video? Did you upload it? And at every point, if I'm going to be answering no to him, I'm going to feel bad. So because I won't want him to be like, if you know you're not going to do this, why did you ask me to be your accountability partner? I'm already putting in the work. I know that this might not be the best video that you've watched on the internet of recent, but then you would agree with me that it had a whole lot of choicy things for you. In the light of that, I want you to subscribe to my channel, and I want you to like this video. Subscribe to me because, as you can see, they were literally at 0 subscribers, and it's well in the days of little beginnings. But as time goes on, we're going to go further and higher, and I would love to do this all of you, and I cannot wait to see you all in my mentions. I cannot wait to see you all subscribe to me. So like my channel and subscribe to me if you don't subscribe. And turn on your notification bells because we're going to be uploading videos every Saturday by 6 p.m.